Hey guys, Brendan here from Go Charlie, and we did a big push today, but I want to show you guys how you can use the image editing capabilities that are now available. So, very quickly, what you can do is you can write your prompt and tell Charlie what you want to create an image of. Now, this is really great because we have this lovely puppy. Uh, he's on top of a Christmas box. I think I like this one the best of the top five. But let's click into this because this isn't quite ready for production for using for an ad creative or using for our marketing materials. So if I click, what will happen is it'll bring up all of these assets, and now you can make adjustments to the photos within this. So you have some filters. So maybe you want to invert the color, maybe you don't. So you can just click that, click cancel. But for me, I want to do something a little bit more festive since this is like holiday gifts, right? So let's go to frame. And I like this frame quite a bit. So then you can play with sizes here. So make it on the outskirts because we don't want to detract from the cute puppy that we have here. So you can collapse this down if you want to get a better look. You can take this back up to bring the scaler back. I like that frame. So let's go ahead, click apply. Then let's say that I want to layer some text over this because I want to communicate my message in this ad creative. So I simply go here and I have all of these different types of fonts that I can use. Let's go permanent marker because I think that goes really, really well with this design styling. So let's say give the gift of a puppy this year without all the mess. Charlie, your AI puppy for business. So not my best work copy wise, but I can type it in there. If I want to play with fonts, I can. I can bring this up as well. So this sub menu that comes up, I can change the font. I can change the color. So I want this to be white so that it'll show up on this kind of background here. But I can choose a gradient font. I can choose different textures. I can put background behind the text. So if I want to put the text overlaid over a background, I can. I want to play with opacity, I can. Outlines are here. We also can add shadows. Personally, I don't really like using shadows, but some people do for their text. So you can add that as you see fit. Just collapse this down. So this is the text that I want, and then I can very easily just kind of move this around where I want it in the image. So this looks pretty good. I like this text, so I'm going to click apply here. So now this looks actually pretty close to done, but maybe some other features that you could experiment with if you want. You can put different shapes in here by clicking the shapes menu. You can use stickers. So maybe you have some stickers from here, different doodles, different types of fun little things that you want to add. All those are available. And then you can actually merge all of these so the layers are all merged together, make the file a little bit smaller. You can even play with your corners here as well. Maybe you want to add like a nice little sort of heart here. All you have to do is enter draw mode. I'm really terrible at this, but some of you might be better. You can simply draw things over top if you're a little more artistically driven. So let's say that I like this and I want to save it down. So first you can click this button and it will download to your downloads. But then what you can also do is you click save. So this will overwrite the original image. So if you click save here, it will store it back in the product, but it will overwrite the existing image. So if you just want the raw image, I would suggest is downloading the photo and logging the old one. So I'm clicking overwrite here. This will then clean up to the back end. I have this here. I can simply exit, and now that will live on in my library. Now, let's say there's a couple other things I wanted to show you here. So let's say that I really like that prompt that I used. Well, now you're actually going to be able to click this button with the library books, and you'll see your prompt history, and you'll see assets. Prompt history, assets. Prompt history, assets. So prompt history is all of the prompts that you've ever used. So if you click this arrow button, it'll take you right back to a project prompt, and you can run that. If you want to copy that prompt, you can simply do the copy button next to it. But I prefer to just send it right back into the Blender. Then for assets, this is all the assets that you've ever uploaded or ever generated. Now it may take some time because some of these images are pretty heavy, but you'll be able to see all of these. If you're in your asset library, you can actually access the image editor. So you may like this image that you've already generated. You can actually start to edit that right here directly from the asset library. Super easy way that you can get into this without having to remember what project did I store all of this under. Speaking of projects, you'll notice that you have all of these icons that you can look at to decipher which one of these projects has that content that I remember creating for a client. So this is a really easy way that you can go back to old prompts that you've used, that you can access assets that you've uploaded and or assets that you've generated, and then ultimately be able to edit them yourselves. A very last point to note is that while image editing works on images that you've generated, it can also work on images that you have been receiving from clients and you want to make edits to. So this is not isolated to images that you've generated with Charlie. So hope you have a lot of fun using the image editing tool as we approach the holiday season. But let us know if there's anything that you want in the comments.